Hello everyone. Today, let's dive into the events of episode 44. Previously on the story, Thôi Dong's son arrived at Sun Ne Academy and confronted Mao Tiu Dong. Though it appeared to be a clash, his true purpose was to probe the situation and deliver crucial information. After meeting Li Ho and his group, he quickly assessed the situation, pointing out how a small conflict could escalate into something much bigger. Acting on Trần Bình An's request, he stepped in to protect them. At the same time, he both reassured the group and dealt harshly with Tata, while recognizing the intelligence of Vu Lok. Later, Thôi Dong's son used a ritual to borrow power, broke through to a higher realm, and openly challenged Tai Kin Than. This triggered a shocking battle that shook the capital and forced various factions to back down. Episode 44 Developments. In the end, those who bullied Li Ho were forced to admit fault, and the situation temporarily settled. Soon after, Li Ho's family arrived at the academy, bringing warmth after the storm. His family traveled a long distance to visit him. On the way, his usually strong-willed mother became anxious, while his father and sister remained calm. When they reunited, Li Ho was deeply moved but tried to hold back his emotions, showing how much he had matured during his journey with Trần Bình An. The reunion was heartfelt. His mother worried about how thin he had become, his father remained awkward and quiet, and Li Ho excitedly shared his experiences, including his straw sandals and book box. His words revealed both innocence and newfound maturity. He began to think for his family, defend his sister, and understand the value of familial love. Through his stories, Trần Bình An appeared as a loyal friend, someone who always cared for, protected, and guided him. Li Ho respected him deeply, even feeling that his sister might not be worthy of someone like that. The family atmosphere was both warm and humorous, filled with the usual playful arguments between his parents. Beneath it all, however, was deep affection, a father who silently worried, a mother devoted to her children, and a gentle, patient older sister. Later, Li Ho had a private talk with his father. He admitted that he used to be immature, but now understood his parents' sacrifices. His father, in turn, blamed himself for not giving his children a better life. This moment highlighted Li Ho's growth, from a dependent child to someone capable of empathy and responsibility. However, beneath this calm surface, tension still lingered. When the father learned that his son had been bullied without speaking up, his usually gentle nature revealed a terrifying side. He quietly decided to deal with those responsible, showing absolute protection for his family. At Đông Hoa Mountain, Lý Nhị met Thôi Dong's son and Mao Tiu Dong in a tense confrontation. Mao Tiu Dong, fully aware of the terrifying strength of a ninth realm martial artist like Lý Nhị, was surprised by his calm attitude. He held no resentment toward the academy despite its neutrality. Lý Nhị respectfully greeted Mao Tiu Dong simply because he had been acknowledged by Tai Tien Zan. In his straightforward mindset, anyone respected by Tai Tien Sin must be a true scholar. This sincerity made Mao Tiu Dong feel somewhat ashamed. But that calm soon turned into hidden killing intent. Lý Nhị scanned the entire capital with overwhelming presence, identifying the imperial palace as his destination, the place tied to those who caused trouble for his son. When asked if he intended to reason things out, he replied simply, if the emperor cooperated, the families involved should send out their strongest fighters, otherwise, he would tear apart half the palace himself. Thôi Dong's son tried to provoke him by mentioning the palace formation, but Lý Nhị saw through it instantly and warned him coldly. Despite his rough appearance, he was far from foolish. Before leaving, he even asked Thôi Dong's son to tell his son he had gone out to buy things and would return late, a small detail showing that everything he was about to do stemmed from fatherly love. Mao Tiu Dong attempted to stop him to avoid bloodshed, but Lý Nhị refused. To him, this was a family matter, something a father must handle himself. After recalling memories of Tai Tien Zan and past encounters, Lý Nhị's emotions surged. Without another word, he leapt from the mountain and descended directly into the Đại Tùy imperial palace. Inside the palace, chaos erupted. Lý Nhị defeated multiple experts effortlessly without even initiating attacks. The emperor activated the Long Bitch formation, enveloping the palace in golden light and dragon phantoms. The chief eunuch, empowered by imperial dragon energy, personally fought Lý Nhị. They exchanged blows in a brutal, direct clash, no fancy techniques, just speed, precision, and power. The battle shattered the palace grounds and created massive craters. Even with the formation suppressing his realm, Lý Nhị gradually gained the upper hand. At a critical moment, he realized his path. To break through, he must fight stronger opponents. Driven by his desire to protect his son, he shattered the suppression, broke past his limits, and stepped into the legendary 10th realm of martial arts. This breakthrough shook the entire capital. Even top cultivators were alarmed. The emperor had no choice but to stop the battle and invite Lý Nhị for negotiation to avoid catastrophic destruction. During the meeting, Lý Nhị made his intentions clear. He had no desire to oppose the court, he only wanted justice for his son. He demanded that the elders of the families involved step forward so he could talk with his fists. However, he did not require public apologies, only proper discipline for their younger generation. The emperor agreed and indirectly admitted fault. With Mao Dong's careful handling, the conflict was resolved while preserving the dignity of the court. In the end, everything settled peacefully. Lý Nhị left the palace, still choosing a simple life, unwilling to let his family enjoy excessive wealth to avoid future trouble. What mattered most to him was that he had fulfilled his duty as a father. The episode closes with a warm family meal. Lý Nhị remains a simple man, afraid of his wife, loving his children, enjoying cheap wine, but now he is also one of the strongest figures in the world. More importantly, he has become a father his son can truly be proud of. That's the end of episode 44. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to catch the latest episodes.
Người ngốc thế, tiểu sư thúc mà lại khen ngươi như vậy à? Cùng lắm huynh ấy là cái loại keo kiệt buồn xỉn. Sao gặp các ngươi lại không biết coi trọng bảo bối thế? Thôi, các công tử của hoàng tử công khanh có thể đánh người, những đứa nhỏ từ nơi khác đến ham thuyết minh bởi website mod3d.com. Mao Tiểu thì chỉ có thể chịu ấm ức sao? Ấm ức ở đâu ra? Những học sinh từ nơi khác đến đông. Ngươi một hai muốn làm ta phát điên phải không? Một là vào dâng hương, hai là lắm. Dưới có các phù tử quan tâm việc học, trên có hoàng đế bệ hạ ban tặng vật quý giá. Làm rõ ràng chuyện này. Nếu không, chỉ cần ta nhìn ngươi một cái, ta sẽ là cháu ngươi. Ngược lại là học sinh bản địa Đại Tùy trong lòng mất ức. Vì chuyện này, các học sinh từ thư viện Tiểu Đông, lần này ta muốn đến học đàng hoàng. Rảnh rỗi điện cũ Đại Ly, di chuyển đến đây đi theo Mao lão mấy năm trước, đều đứng về phía Lý Bảo Bình, thì đi tắm nắng, chơi cờ với ngươi, tiện thể chăm sóc lũ trẻ kia. Ta chỉ biết đối đầu gay gắt với học sinh bản địa, thư viện Sơn Nhai đang có xu hướng chia rẽ. Chó thì không đổi được nết ăn phân. Không tin thì thôi. Các công tử của hoàng tử công khanh có thể đánh người, những đứa nhỏ từ nơi khác đến ham thuyết minh bởi website mod3d.com. Mao Tiểu thì chỉ có thể chịu ấm ức sao? Ấm ức ở đâu ra? Những học sinh từ nơi khác đến đông. Ngươi một hai muốn làm ta phát điên phải không? Một là vào dâng hương, hai là lắm. Dưới có các phù tử quan tâm việc học, trên có hoàng đế bệ hạ ban tặng vật quý giá. Làm rõ ràng chuyện này. Nếu không, chỉ cần ta nhìn ngươi một cái, ta sẽ là cháu ngươi. Ngược lại là học sinh bản địa Đại Tùy trong lòng mất ức. Vì chuyện này, các học sinh từ thư viện Tiểu Đông, lần này ta muốn đến học đàng hoàng. Rảnh rỗi điện cũ Đại Ly, di chuyển đến đây đi theo Mao lão mấy năm trước, đều đứng về phía Lý Bảo Bình. Huống chi, hai cảnh cuối của thượng ngũ cảnh đã sớm thất truyền. Phi thăng cảnh, còn phi thăng đến đâu, nhục thân hồn phách ra sao? Vạn nhất thật bị cái miệng quả đen của ngươi nói trúng, cho ngươi cơ hội mà ngươi không biết dùng. Nhất khí hóa tam thanh hóa cửu tiêu sinh thập nhị. Liều mạng làm gì? Sao có thể? Kim thân và phi kiếm cụ đế tụ chân khí. Đi trăm dặm, nửa bước cửu thập. Đến ly hỏa rèn phách, Đại Ly đón tiếp ta, A Lương, thần long trọng. Thanh kiếm này nếu còn không liền, khôn lục đoạn, thập nhị trùng lâu, kiếm khí treo cao, nằm xuống luôn chẳng phải tốt hơn sao? thôi mà. Phi kiếm liệt chu thiên, thiên hỏa, địa hỏa, nhân hỏa, kiếp hỏa, tứ phương nữa. Tây nhạc, nghe lệnh. Sói gan ruột, khảm thủy rửa kiếm, gột thần hồn, càn tam. Phim thuyết minh bởi website Mọt, Hồng Trang, Vân Văn, Khởi Kiếm. Ly hỏa rèn phách, đại ly đón tiếp ta, A Lương, thần long trọng. Thanh kiếm này nếu còn không liền, khôn lục đoạn, thập nhị trùng lâu, kiếm khí treo cao, nằm xuống luôn chẳng phải tốt hơn sao? Trong cửa thôi mà. Phi kiếm liệt chu thiên, thiên hỏa, địa hỏa, nhân hỏa, kiếp hỏa, tứ phương nữa. Tây nhạc, nghe lệnh. Sói gan ruột, khảm thủy rửa kiếm, gột thần hồn, càn tam. Phim thuyết minh bởi website Mọt, Hồng Trang, Vân Văn, Khởi Kiếm.